guys, um, I mentioned the other day about doing a whispered gum chewing book review. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Just a disclaimer before you watch the video. If you plan on reading this book, do not watch this video because I'm gonna ruin the book. So I just want to explain the book and then my views on it and what I thought. So if you plan on reading this book, do not continue to watch this video. So let's get into it. So the book is called Leaving Time by Jodi Pickett. The book made me angry, literally angry. So it's about this girl whose mom disappeared 10 years ago. She's trying to figure out why her mom would just abandon her. And her mom works at an elephant sanctuary. And 10 years before, there was an accident where a woman got trampled to death and another woman got injured. But she didn't die. She went to the hospital where she walked away from the hospital. Well, so this girl is searching everywhere, high and low, trying to figure out why her mom would just leave her. She gets the help of a detective and a psychic to try and help her figure out what happened. So, like in the book, she's going through her mom's journals, looking for clues to where her mom could be and everything. And she finds out, reading them, that her mom was having an affair with the man that worked at the elephant sanctuary. And he was married and she was married, and they were both having an affair. And his wife ends up killing herself, puts rocks in her pocket, and kills herself. And they end up like getting together or whatever. Well, it comes to the surface that they've been seeing each other. And one of the other people that works at the sanctuary is actually the girl who killed herself's mother. Well, as you're getting into the book, you don't find out till basically the last chapter that almost all the characters in the book are dead. That this is basically all from the eyes of the psychic. Like, the girl came to looking for her on the other side for years. And then it turns out that the little girl was actually murdered at 3 years old by the mother-in-law of the man that her mom was having an affair with. And the psychic at the end is able to take the mom to the remains of her daughter. Because that's the thing, like, when she murdered her daughter, she never got her remains, never knew where they were, anything, so she never had closure. And so, like, the psychic takes her to where her remains are, and nobody else would have been able to know where they were. So then it turns out that basically the mother-in-law who was trampled to death, it was basically set up for her to die. It was one of the best books that Jodi Pickett has put out. I have every single book she's ever written, and it's one of the best books she's written. So, yeah, but it was a really good book. It just made me mad because, like, you're on the edge of your seat trying to figure out, like, is she gonna find her mom? Like, what's gonna happen? And then it turns out that she's been dead her whole life, basically. Because in the book, she's 13, and she died when she was 3. Basically, what happened was the reason she killed the baby was because her daughter killed herself. And so she felt like it was their fault that her daughter killed herself. So she took her daughter. It was messed up.